Yo, what is up, you guys? APEXBOOM. Yes, finally, after forever. I know, it has been a while. We have the NSB detailed review. Now, I am sorry it has taken me so long to make this video, you guys. It has not been on purpose. Never has been on purpose, but without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. Hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two from this video, and if it was helpful, please do me a favor and like, comment if you want, and above all, subscribe, only if you want to. Now, first and foremost, when you have your bot, you have to create your profiles. So we're going to go over to the billing, create new billing, and of course you'll put in all your credentials here. You put in your first name, test, put in your last name, LOL, select your country, in this case would be the United States, city, address, Haga, I guess, LOL, road, state, we'll say Jupiter. Now keep in mind, this is all just, I'm just putting in random BS here. Of course, I'm gonna put in all your real information here, of course. If you want to check out, of course. For zip code, you want to put in whatever your zip code is. Same for phone number, put in your phone number. Check this for if your billing information is the same as your shipping information. Go ahead and put same as shipping and click that. Now for our profile name, we're just gonna put LOL, put in your card credentials as well. Expiration date, card number provided is not, it's not valid. Okay, cool, so it picks up the card number is not valid, but keep in mind this is a fake profile, so we're not gonna worry about that right now. CCV, name on card, test, LOL. And of course, put in your email address and you put in your checkout limit. I strongly suggest starting off to do checkout once per site if you're going for multiple sites at one time. That's pretty much optimal. But if you're sort of on a budget and you don't have a lot of money starting off with botting, then I would strongly suggest going with checkout only once. So that way it does not end up trying to check out multiples and drain all the money in your bank accounts if you do end up copying. So I would strongly suggest going with checkout once per site. Now, of course, nothing is going to end up saving right now because, like I said, this is a fake profile. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this, and that has been billing. So let's say you want to create a profile group. Now this is for if you want to go for a specific drop and you want to make multiple tasks without actually having to in particularly go through every single last profile, create, create. You want to do it on the fly, sort of, kind of. So you want to go over here to new group name. So let's say it's for some off-whites that'll be coming out, Nike off-white. We'll just call that the group name for this, Nike off-white. Now you want to select your billing profile. So we're going to go with type, we're going to go with AV Go, and we're going to go with OS Go, and let's say type 66. Now all you have to do is just simply submit, and boom, you have your profile group created. So this way, when you go ahead and want to create create tasks, it'll create tasks for every single last profile under the profile group Nike off-white. It's very, very simple. Now this has been billing profiles. Let's move on to CAPTCHA. Next, we have CAPTCHA. As you guys know, CAPTCHA is very, very simple. It's a very, very simple process. All you want to do is go to new solver, and we're going to call this solver AP. Now, if you have a CAPTCHA proxy, go ahead and input that right here. And you want to select your CAPTCHA method, which in this case should always 100% of the time. Well, I want to say 100%. 99.9% of the time should be original, unless stated otherwise in the NSB Discord. So always remember, it should be original unless stated otherwise, you guys. Click submit, and voila. All you have to do is to simply log in to your Google account, and that's it. From there, once you're logged in, simply open your solver and you're ready to go. Now it'll let you know if you're not logged into YouTube or not. Always be sure to be logged into YouTube. If you're not, you're gonna get some terrible CAPTCHA. I promise you guys. So please be sure to be logged in. You'll know you're logged in because it'll say, if I open this solver right here, it'll say YouTube logged in. So please keep that in mind. Next, we have the demandware v3 advanced solver, which is located right here in the top right hand corner with this brain looking icon. So you're going to click on that. You want to select the site you're going for. In this case, in this scenario, it will be Users Apply. Now, if you do have a CAPTCHA proxy already ready to go for whatever Gmail account you're going to be using, please be sure to get that. Please be sure to get that and paste it here. So we're going to open the solver. So we're going to go ahead and let it do its thing there. Please bear in mind you want to be logged into one of your best Gmails. Typically it says edu Gmails give the best score, but for any Gmail of yours that has a 0.9 score, it should be optimal. Now keep in mind, when you do use the v3 advanced solver, you can run as many tasks as your PC or server can support. Please bear that in mind, you guys. So in order to log in, you simply just create another tab, go to google.com, and you just log in. Simple as that. Simple as so. And then from there, you just simply wait until the cell goes live, and you'll know when the cell goes live because you'll wait for the developer to actually say something for you to start all your tasks. Do not start your tasks when the waiting room goes live. Wait till you get the green light from the developer to actually begin starting your task. All right, now that is the v3 demandware advanced solver. And keep in mind, it's not just for Users Apply, it's for Adidas. It's for the multiple Adidas regions. So it's, yeah, basically demandware. All right, next we have monitors. Now, this is a shameless plug. Shout out to Soleus and Essentials, and also Resell Apprentice. Those are my sponsors. They are all three phenomenal cook groups. I use their monitors when I'm trying to monitor for a specific product that may end up shock dropping on Shopify sites. Now, we're gonna go through this process. It's fairly simple. Now, we're going to be using Discord monitors, which is, I think, one of the best features that NSB has came out with when they released their big update sometime last year. And it's a very simple process. All you want to do is come over here to the right hand corner and you see this Discord icon. And you want to be logged into your Discord. So you'll log you in. Of course, somebody logged in, so everything will be as is right now. Once you're logged in, you can come over here to New Monitor. Go to select Discord monitor. As you can see, nothing is coming up right now. Why is that? Oh, why is nothing coming up? That's because we have to fetch the service first. So once the service has been fetched, everything, voila, is there. So let's say, for example, we go to Soleus. Boom, Soleus. Now we just go to select our channel. Let's go to the monitors. Let's say we want to monitor, just for the sake of this video, let's say we're going to monitor unfiltered Shopify. Click submit, boom. Now, whatever items are going to end up dropping in Soleus unfiltered monitors will be picked up here as well. Now, keep in mind, you'll know that the monitor is connected whenever this light right here turns green. If it stays red, that means you've done something wrong. So please keep that in mind. Now, keep in mind, this icon right here is simply for if you're having trouble trying to log into your Discord, you'll simply just put in a login proxy to log into Discord and see if that helps, which it should, only if you're having problems trying to log into Discord. This has been monitors. Here we have proxies. Here you'll be able to generate cookies if you want to, import cookies, and also add proxies. First and foremost, we're going to add proxies. So what you want to do first is come right here to the top left hand corner where it says add proxy list. You want to name it. So we're just going to call this AP ISP. Boom, like so, like that. And I'll be right back, you guys. We want to get some proxies to paste here. All right, we have our proxies to paste. Boom, like so. Submit, and voila, now we have our AP ISP proxy list and put it into the proxy section of the bots. Now keep in mind, like I said before, you can do more than just add proxies in this section. All right, next that we have that taken care of, AP ISP proxy list, we're gonna go over here to the cookie generation section. Now here you can come over here and paste your proxies, whatever proxies you have, whether it be residential ISPs. I wouldn't suggest running ISPs to generate cookies though. I would get some proxies that specialize in actually generating cookies. So whether it be resis or whatever of your choice, please make sure that they work well. I'll say that. So here we have the generated cookies section. As you can see, it says you have 0 sensor cookies. Now that's because we have not generated any, and we'll be able to generate some once we go to actually the task section, which we will be going over very soon. But yeah, so once we've generated some cookies, we'll come back here and see how many we've generated. here we have the COP tab. This is pretty much self-explanatory. This logs all of your checkouts you've had since the beginning of whenever you started getting checkouts with the bot. So that's all it pretty much is, you guys. Simple as that. Not really too much to go over. Just looks nice seeing all the green. If you want to actually take a snapshot of your of your cops, simply just click the camera in the top right hand corner and save the photo, and boom, simple as that. Now you have your photo. So if you want to, I guess, for example, I'd say use it for a Twitter shout out, or just anything, a thumbnail, anything. You can do it with anything. All right, now we have the task section, what everyone has been waiting on, or probably not, I'm not sure. All right, so getting started, we're going to begin with creating tasks first. So as you guys know, NSB supports multiple sites. We have Yeezy Supply, we have Shopify, Foot Site, Supreme, so on and so forth. So for example, like I do in all of my videos, I'm going to go with Kith, starting off with. Why Kith? I don't know. I just do it just because. So when you're creating your task, let's say, like I mentioned earlier, as a matter of fact, like we mentioned earlier, let's say the off-whites, a pair of off-white shoes are dropping. We're going to use that as a scenario here. And you're like, okay, cool, off-whites are dropping. I know exactly the profiles I'm going to run. I'm going to run my profile group, Nike Off-White, that I made yesterday, for example. So now that you know that they're going to be dropping on Kith and a bunch of other websites. So you want to input your keywords in, like, okay, all right, let me make sure I get my keywords right. Now, granted, of course, always look into the NSB Discord group so you know exactly what keywords to input, or you know what early link to actually input as well. Please, please, please do not forget that. So let's say, for example, the keywords, and granted, this is not real, you guys. There are no off-whites dropping soon, at least not that I know of anyways. So please bear that in mind. Let's just say, I don't know, off-white 97 or something. It's something random, off-white 97 black. You'll put that in, and those are your positive keywords. So let's say now you want to do some negative keywords, like, okay, I do not want any kids pairs or any grade school or preschool. So you're going to do minus GS, minus PS, minus TD. Simple as that. Now, if you also want to go in and do something like minus toddler and actually spell it out, you can do that as well. But I don't think that'll be necessary. Now, this is what separates this from this. When you start actually running and the bot tries to look and pick up the keywords, it will only try to pick up keywords that match for Nike Off-White 97 black, because these are the positive keywords. It will avoid any product that drops that has grade school or kids. That reminds me, actually, let me actually put minus kids in there as well. Like I said, this is fake, but just because. Now with the negative keywords, the bot will try to avoid any product that has a GS, PS, TD, or kids pairs. So it should only try to go for the adult pairs that end up dropping. Now we can do a comma and do a second set of keywords. So just in case the first set does not pop, if it doesn't pop up with this first set right here, we can go with the second set. And let's say off-white, off-white 97 Panda, I don't know, just something like that. And of course, you still want to put in your negative keywords, minus GS, minus PS, minus TD, minus kids, just like that. So now you have two different sets of keywords. You have this first set, so if nothing ends up picking up from this first set, it will then go to the second set to see if anything picks up. Simple as that, you guys. Now keep in mind, a lot of the times when you select your task mode, always about, I would say 99.9%, no, I would say 97% of the time, you want to have on an anti-bot countermeasure to combat anti-bot, which in this case is Cyborg 3.0. That is what you'll use the majority of the time. Please, please, please keep that in mind. If you're not going to use this, you're probably not going to cop, if I'm being honest with you guys. Because, I mean, pretty much 100% of the time, if I'm being real, Shopify always has on an anti-bot mode. Now, since you're going to be running multiple profiles, I believe this is 4 or 5 profiles. Now, it's a stretch. It is a stretch, but if you want to run, For a task with no proxies, you can, but like I said, it is a bit of a stretch. Your delays do need to be a bit higher though. So we're gonna go to the advanced section, and we're going to put in a delay of 4,000 milliseconds, like that. Ooh, not 40,000. But always keep in mind, like I say in my task setup videos, you guys, it is always optimal in my opinion to start out with high delays. So in this case, that'll be 10,000 milliseconds, and you always want to drop them, I'd say like 30 seconds before the drop goes live. So that way you have everything set, organized, and ready to go. Now, if you want to use the share monitor feature, hey, that is completely fine. But like I said, I never really use it myself, honestly. That's just my personal preference. That part is all about personal preference. If we come over here to the size, if you're fine with any size, that is completely fine. But if you want to go for a particular set of sizes, let's say for example money sizes, in this case, let's say that's an 8, that's a 9.5, and then that's a 12. That means whenever the product is picked up, the bot will try to check out any size that you selected between this interval, either a 9, 9.5, or a 12. It will not check out a 8. Did I say 9, 9.5, and 12? I meant 8, 9.5, and 12. It will not check out a 8 and 9.5 and 12, or to check out anything in between these three sizes that you have selected. And you can also adjust the number of tasks here, but since we're going to be using a proxy group, not a proxy group, since we're going to be using a profile group that has already been created, we can leave this blank, honestly. Unless you have proxies, I would leave this blank, especially if you already know you're not going to use any proxies. So we're already stretching it a little bit there. And keep in mind, kit does not require a login, so you don't have to worry about trying to log in right now. So we're going to go to submit, and boom, now we have our task created for the fake off-white drop. Now, in a sense of a scenario where the drop is actually going on live right now, what you want to do is you want to quickly shift your delays, and you can do this simply by, give me 1 second, you guys. You can do this by selecting Control and left click on your mouse, hold it and drag it down to the last task. Then as well, you want to do Control M to select your delays. In this case, that would be 4,000 milliseconds. And those are the hotkeys. Now keep in mind, it is going to be Control M to quickly shift your delays from 10,000 milliseconds to 4,000 milliseconds. Simple as that, you guys. But also with this, please bear in mind, you will have to be logged into CAPTCHA. Now, of course, you guys should already know that if you forget to actually open up your CAPTCHA solvers, they will open up automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. Or if you want to use a particular type of CAPTCHA solver that you know always works well or always gives you good captchas, you can disable any CAPTCHA you want, and for example, have these two CAPTCHA solvers enabled, and just simply open them, open solver, put it here, boom, like so. Let's go and get the other one, open solver, boom, like so. Now you have both of your solvers open and ready to solve any CAPTCHA once the product picks up and tries to check out. Now keep in mind, this is for Shopify. Now let's move on to foot sites now. And we're gonna go with Foot Locker. Now, since Data Dome has been implemented into foot sites, you do not actively need to generate cookies at the very moment. Please keep that in mind, you guys. So there are 3 different task modes. We have mobile, web, and browser mode. If you want to take advantage of all 3, that would be optimal. So that way you do not end up screwing yourself in the long run. Just in case of a super hyped up drop and there are problems being experienced with trying to auto checkout, you can simply have browser mode enabled and you'll be able to log in via a browser and do it that way. Now keep in mind, I'm not sure how resource intense browser mode is. So always look to the NSB Discord to see how many browser mode tasks you should have, so that way it won't blow up your computer or anything like that. So to continue on, let's say we want to use Tyke for this round of profiles. We're gonna go with mobile mode, select the size. I'm just gonna leave it random because I know it's gonna probably be a pretty hyped up drop, so I'm fine with any size. Number of tasks. Now this is another tricky thing now with foot sites. A lot of the times, if you have many tasks with the same profile, you'll experience errors, cart errors and things of that nature, because especially if you try to check out at the same time, it's going to be some errors experienced because it's going to actually pick up that you're trying to check out with the same billing information, and it's going to cause a bunch of problems. So that's why the more profiles, the better, in a sense. And this is when virtual cards like privacy or Capital One Eno can come in handy. Very, very handy. You want to use hard cards, but you don't want to overexert just using one in particular hard card, because it may end up causing problems trying to check out, possibly. Now for the number of tasks, let's say we're going to do, let's say 3 tasks with the mobile mode on. Now I'm going to come over here and shift the delays. For the delays, we're going to keep them, let's say at 3500 milliseconds. And we're not going to mess with them. We're just going to leave them at 3500 milliseconds the entire time. Click submit, boom. Come over here to web browser, rinse and repeat, boom. Now go to browser mode, rinse and repeat, boom. Now this is for our first profile on Foot Locker. You can go ahead and do the same thing for Foot Action, Champs, and all of those different stores if you want. Boom, boom, boom. Just rinse and repeat over and over again until you're satisfied. Now if you're not comfortable with doing it this way, then of course, like I said before, the more profiles you have, the better. That is simple as that. Keep that in mind, you guys. But if you don't want to actually end up doing it this way, which, like I said, it's not that bad. It is not terrible at all. Hold on, let me go ahead and finish this out. Champ Sports, boom. Mobile, web, boom. Browser mode, boom. And then last but not least, we have East Bay. Browser mode, web, mobile. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This way, it is quite a bit. It is quite a bit. It's literally 36 tasks with the same billing profile. So like I said before, if you're not comfortable with doing it this way, now granted, keep in mind, it's literally only 9 tasks per site with this profile. It's literally 9 tasks per site, but still, that can still, in my opinion, be a little overbearing. So if you have more profiles, please be sure to use them and diversify them, just out of the sake of not having any problems being experienced when drop time comes. Now, if you do not have any profiles, you have 1 or 2 profiles, try to I would say run a little less tasks, possibly, perhaps. And that's, if you want to run more tasks, that's completely fine. I just say that out of trying to successfully check out without having any problems with card expires or any other problem like that. That's the only reason I say that. But this has been Footsteps for the most part, you guys. If you want to go ahead and change their proxies, I would suggest. Now, one thing I will say though, I would strongly suggest using ISP proxies first, because there is no data limit. Then go on to residential proxies. You don't want to overdo it when it comes to resis nowadays, because whenever there's a hype drop on Foot sites, they put up a GIF, and a GIF literally sucks all of the data usage out of your residential proxies. So please be mindful of your task amount, especially with resis. Hey, ISPs are king. Resis are also amazing, but the data usage, man, is something serious because of the GIF. All right, now that we have Foot sites taken care of, let's go on to Supreme. Let's go ahead and put our information in for Supreme. Boom. Voila. All right, now there's a lot more going on, as you can obviously see, for Supreme. Now let's go on with keywords. Let's say some box logos are going to drop, so we're going to set our keywords as logo, or even if you want to make another keyword, let's say box logo, because you never know what it could end up being. Now that we have that selected, there is no link for right now. We're going to select our category. The category is going to be t-shirts. Now keep in mind, you guys, for a lot of these drops, you want to get all of the information and how to set up correctly from the NSB Discord, especially regarding Foot sites or Shopify or Supreme or User Supply. Always get all of your information from the Discord of NSB or your cook group as well. Bounce off of those 2 sources. All right, so let's say we want to go for multiple colors. Well, no. Let's just say we want the black. So we'll put the color as black, and we'll select our proxy. Now, honestly, I don't really use proxies. I would use either, I would try to use a few no proxy tasks, and then the rest should be a mixture of ISP and residential proxies, in my opinion. Now for the size, go ahead and select whatever size you want. Let's say if you want a medium, whatever, but honestly, any size will be profitable when it comes to Supreme logo, box logos, hypothetically in this case. So I'll just leave that as is for now. All right, now that we have everything, you know, of course, input it. Now, only use 3D card if you're located in the EU region. This is only for people, users located in the EU region. If you're in the US, you do not have to worry about that. Same with KOD. This is for Japan users. You do not have to worry about that if you're located in the US. Now, of course, for advanced, like I said, Supreme is a little bit different. So you can set your delays a little bit lower. I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't do anything too crazy. But let's say, for example, you want to set them to, I'd say 2500 milliseconds, like that. And you will start your task 30 seconds before the drop goes live. You will start your task then and make sure everything goes smoothly. So let's go ahead and get our task started. Now, as you guys know, there are many different modes a lot of the times that go along with Supreme, and you never know which mode could possibly hit. So it's always best to run a mixture of all the modes. So let's say we want to run type with that mode, safe mode, boom, like that. Then we'll do fast mode. Actually, no, we shouldn't do 3. Boom, like that. And now, since we have our no proxy task inputted, now we're going to switch over to our ISPs now and do you can do 2 tasks on, actually you can do 1 task in restock mode for now. Restock mode won't be necessary until after the drop is concluded for the most part. But keep in mind, Supreme always restocks almost instantly after the drop is over. Now, like I said, if you do want to diversify your profiles, it's very simple. All you want to do, like before, CTRL+Left Click, select whatever profiles you want to select, then CTRL+B, and input your new profiles. It's as simple as that, you guys. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. But please bear this in mind. We're going for Supreme. Start your task about 30 seconds beforehand with whatever delays you're comfortable with. Take what I say with a grain of salt. It is always best to refer back to the NSB Discord to see whatever official information they recommend you going with. Now, of course, you see I have a few no proxy tasks. If you're not comfortable with this many no proxy tasks, by all means, go ahead and input a few different proxy lists if you want. Like I said before, you can do some resis, and you can even throw in some ISPs as well, whatever you are comfortable with doing. All right, but that concludes Supreme. All right, last but not least, certainly not least by any means, we have Yeezy Supply. Now we're going to go to Yeezy Supply, boom, like that. Now, as you can see over in our normal mode, we have our queue mode and we have our generator. Now, keep in mind, you still have to generate cookies for Yeezy Supply. Although you do not have to generate cookies for foot sites at the very moment because of Data Dome being implemented, you still have to generate cookies for Yeezy Supply. So let's go ahead and put in our test PID, test LOL, and select our profile type. Now, of course, you want to use your very best proxies when it comes to Yeezy Supply because they ban so hard. They ban proxies so hard. So please use your very best proxies you have. Now, personally myself, another shameless plug, I would recommend using Space Proxies, Jelly Proxies, or Slash Proxies. All 3 of those providers, from my experience using them, work seamlessly on Yeezy Supply. So I would strongly recommend using them. So we're going to go ahead and grab our proxy list here. We're going to say off, for example. Have that implemented. Like I said before, if you want to go for a particular size, just one size, 8, boom. Or if you want to go for money sizes, let's say that's a size 5, 6.5, 6.5, 8. Now keep in mind, it will go for either a 5 or 6.5 or 8. It will not go for a 5 and 6.5 and 8. Please bear that in mind, you guys. All right, so now we'll go over here to our advanced section, and you can for the delays, I'd say 4,000. 4,000 should be good, or go whatever you guys are comfortable with. I don't think the delays too much affect anything. I don't think so anyways, do not quote me on that. I don't think so anyways. Now for the number of tasks we can do, let's say for this virtual card, hypothetically, we'll do let's say we want to do 5 tasks, hypothetically. So we'll do 5 tasks on normal mode, then we'll do 5 tasks on normal mode with a browser checkout. Next, we'll do queue only mode. So as you guys know, queue only mode is simply just going through queue. Once you're through queue, it's like you have to check out manual. After that, it's over. That's what the queue only mode is. So we're going to go ahead and do another 5 tasks. Boom, create those. Then another 5 tasks for browser checkout enabled, like that, like so. Now, if you want to go ahead and grab a new profile, let's say OS Go, you can go ahead and do the same thing. Let's start from the beginning. Normal mode, boom, untick browser checkout, boom. Go for queue only mode. Now keep in mind, queue only mode does not attempt to check out. It is simply getting through queue. Then once you are through queue, you have to complete the full process of checking out yourself. So we'll do another 5, then do browser checkout, another 5 like that. Boom. Now always keep in mind, you guys, for a hyped user release, always have release checked 100% of the time. Not 99.9, not 99.5, 100% of the time, always have release checked. All right, now that we have this all situated, the number one thing you guys cannot forget is that you have to generate cookies for user supply. If you do not generate cookies, then you're going to be messing up. So let's actually take this grand opportunity to actually fire up the generator. And let's put in a random PID like that. All you have to do is simply click begin, and it shall say generating cookies for the most part. Simple as that. Now you just let it do its thing in the background and generate cookies. Now keep in mind, you guys, I don't know how quick generating cookies is with NSB, so it would be your best bet to use other sources. For example, like AYCD or Kylan or CAPTCHA, wherever you have available to you guys. Now while that's doing this thing, let's go back to the proxy section. Right hand corner, top right hand corner, see the cookies. Currently we have 0 cookies actually made yet. So like I said, I do not know how quick the cookie generator works on user supply. So please, if you have outside sources outside of it, please be sure to take advantage of that. Not saying that, of course, the user supply cookie generator on NSB isn't good. Just saying, if you have other sources that may work a million times faster out of your convenience, please be sure to take advantage of those. All right, but this has been user supply. Like I said before, you guys, always start your task when the developer says so, or whenever staff says so. Do not start when the splash page goes live. Wait until the cell actually goes live and you get the green light from the developer to start your task then. And keep in mind, you want to be logged into the V3 Advanced solver ahead of time, and you can run as many tasks as your PC can support. Keep that in mind. You can run as many tasks as your PC can support. That has been user supply. Let's go on to the very last thing to cover in this video, and that would be monitors. All right, we're back here with another blank task page. Now we're gonna go back up to create task again, but this time it's gonna be different. Now, this is very, I wouldn't say risky, but you have to make sure you use very in particular keywords, because you have to keep in mind when you use your monitor and you monitor keywords for a specific, no, I'm sorry, not even for a specific site, but for all sites for a specific pair of shoes that maybe drop, or any item that drops in general. If it's literally, if your keywords are off just slightly, it can trigger tasks to start and pick up. Next thing you know, you checked out the wrong item. Trust me, it's happened to me before. I know from experience, it sucks. You have to be very particular when it comes to keywords, you guys. So if you know the product title down to a T, go ahead and make some blue tasks like I'm about to right now. But also keep in mind at the same time, websites like to screw around and just do stupid things with product titles and just make things hard. So a lot of the times you can, but I would suggest running for a particular site instead of all sites altogether. Now, if you're comfortable with that, completely fine, go for it. But let's say, for example, it's a pair of Nike Off-Whites. We're going to be using Off-White example again. Like I said, you guys, this is just an example. Off-White 97 black. We're going to do this for the type profile, no proxy, sideboard 3.0 selected, no size put in. Let's see, sites keywords, we don't have to worry about that. Now we're gonna go ahead and force CAPTCHA. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't want to force CAPTCHA, you don't have to, but I just always have mine click just because. And submit. Now this is creating our blue task. So when people always ask me, how did you make a blue task? This is how you do it right here. Simple as that. Now we have Nike Off-White 97 black implemented into our monitor now. So whenever, as soon as an item is picked up and it matches the keywords Nike Off-White 97 black, it will attempt to check out as quickly as possible. It will check out ASAP. Now we have that implemented. We just open our monitor and we just monitor items now. Now the same thing goes for the built-in monitor here. If you want to wait and actually monitor this page all day for any site that may shock drop the hype pair of shoes, please be sure to have everything listed here. And so we're just having plenty of times to me in the past. If you want to go for a specific size, please be sure to implement that here. For your method, a lot of the times it will be best to have Cyborg 3.0 selected, but luckily if you want to, you can have safe mode and Cyborg 3.0, fast mode and Cyborg 3.0, or all of them if you want to. So you'll never, so just in case there's no type of antibody at all, you can go with all if you want. Now, of course, I like to have voice capture on at all times, but you don't have to do that. Login smart, of course, always. That way, if it's Undefeated or Concepts or any other site that requires login, it will automatically log in for you, so you do not have to worry about that, which has been a thing of the past, but now we don't have to worry about that. But that has been a monitor feature, you guys. All right, here we have the profile section. Here you'll be able to see your key, the version you're on, when your key expires, and you can also check for updates if you want to. As you can see, I am all up to date, so we do not have to worry about that. Here you can also put in your webhook to see, of course, whenever you're going to check out something. So let's say we go to test webhook. You can see that the webhook was tested successfully. So once we get that, boom, exit out of there. Next, we have the account pools, which is located right next to the webhook. Right here. So all you want to do is, let's say, put in your account for a site like either Concepts or Undefeated that may end up dropping, and here you will put a colon. A colon separates the username and the password. Pastor 321, and you'll do this per line. Keep in mind, you guys, it is once per line. You cannot do it. You can't do something like this. Will only cause errors. So keep in mind, it can only be one account per line. Now, one more thing I would also like to mention is that you can also import and export your task. So first off, we're going to be exporting our task right here. So we're going to call this, for example, like I said before, Nike Off-White task. And please be sure to put it in whatever destination you're going to find it at. Save it. Boom. Now let's go ahead and blow these tasks up and get them out of our way. Then come back here in the top right hand corner and click this button right here, right next to the export button. And then we'll just simply, if you want to, type in Nike Off-White task JSON, open, and boom, we have all of our tasks. Now this will be handy if, for example, you're looking to move your bot to a server and you don't want to have to create all your tasks over again, and so on and so forth. Keep in mind, you can also do the same thing for your billing profiles as well. You want to, first off, I'm going to export these real quick. NSB Pro, export these, boom, save. Now we're going to blow these up. Oops, actually can't blow them up, so we're just going to go ahead and try to delete as many as possible. Then we are going to come here and import the task back in. Now, like I said, simply we can just do NSB, then come down to Prof, and voila, we have all of our profiles implemented back like they never left. Keep in mind, this is very, very useful if you're moving from either computer to computer or from your local desktop to a server. Keep that in mind, you guys. Now also keep in mind, if you want to open your servers all you have to do is simply just click on it and boom, it will be open. So you can go ahead and configure the settings like you want to, implement a size, pick whatever billing profile you want, input a proxy list, select whatever mode you want to, whether it be Cyborg 3.0 or safe in Cyborg 3.0, safe, fast, whatever it is you're choosing. Now, or you can go ahead and also configure your force capture mode, and also honestly keep logging as smart at all times. That would mean your best bet. And one more thing I would like to mention as well is down here in the bottom right hand corner it says blue task. If you want blue task to be implemented, for example, I would keep this on. For example, this goes back to like I mentioned earlier. Let's say we want to make a blue task and we want to monitor a particular product, like I said before, let's say a pair of off-whites. So now with our blue task hooked up to the monitor, now it is now officially connected to our Discord monitor as well. So instead of just being connected to the NSB monitor, it will also be connected to the Soleus monitor, for example. So whenever a product is dropped and matches the keywords, for example, a pair of off-whites, this task will begin automatically trying to check out the product as quickly as possible. But yeah, you guys, that wraps up the detailed review of NSB. I hope it was detailed enough. I hope I did not miss anything. If I did, please be sure to let me know down in the comments of what I missed and what you have a question of, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was detailed enough, like I said before. Please stay safe. A lot more content on the way, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.